on, Ferris. What in the world could be taking you so long? At least the little guy's still asleep.
That boy's a research subject. Take him, and you'll be condemned as his accomplice and struck down by the wrath of heaven.
Rat bastards. Go on, kid. Nap as much as you want. Sure beats dealing with the real world. Mostly.
Stand aside!
Oh! Damn it! What the hell was that one for?
Don't play innocent. You were filling the poor boy's head with wicked ideas through osmosis.
Are you serious?
So, dare I ask your strategy?
My strategy?
For raising a child. Clearly the fruit of some long-forgotten tryst you thought you left to rot years ago has come back to claim his right as your offspring.
By no stretch of the imagination is he mine! You know, it's not like I'm the only one being pursued. The longer you stand around cracking jokes...
Behind you. Fortune led me to this exquisite abandoned carriage. Care for a lift?
Abandoned? Oh yeah, sure. I'll believe that story. Abandoned by the nobles you forcibly pinched it from.
Oh, be quiet. Just hurry and climb on, before your perversion starts to rub off on the lad.
Knock it off! Might as well, I suppose. Can't hold a kid like a rusted sack all the way to Rajit. I have to admit, I'm pleasantly surprised. It isn't like you to be so thoughtful.
Hi-ho, Silver!
He's up on the whip! I'm not in this stupid carriage yet!
Full gallop, boy! Flee from the lascivious beast at our backs like a fox from a hound!
Come on! We don't have time for this! Hey! I know you can hear me!
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that! You're too far behind!
Oh, you are so gonna get it when I catch up with that rig! Damn it, fast! Come in.
Your lunch is served, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Just set it there, please.
May I suggest you take a moment from your work to eat before the meal gets cold?
I'll eat the second I'm done with this mountain of paperwork.
Please, sir, we've been through this.
Ah, see, here's a perfect example of the missives I receive from day to day.
Thanks for saddling me with this ridiculous field marshal position. I'm on to you, sadistic bastard. You expect me to die of boredom.
This represents the backlog of reports submitted by those appointed to cabinet positions during my tenure as king.
Every one of them chosen from the lower class.
Well, I really didn't intend to shirk the nobility when assigning posts. It just seemed to work out that way when I decided to favor personal merits over the accident of one's birth. So far, every person selected has drafted a proposal with the greater good in mind, which was the idea. You see, Aslina, new beginnings thrive on our thinking from the ground up.
I couldn't agree more. Just as lofty principles thrive on a well-fed imagination, sir, and kings on a hearty lunch.
So they do.
I'll leave you to it, Your Majesty.
New beginnings and lofty ideals. Well, in this quiet, they seem to thrive at least. The storm will break before long. Come in. Troublesome news?
I've just received word that the nobles of Arkmill are clamoring for your removal from the throne.
You don't say.
In the region of House Frohat.
How interesting. I should have anticipated as much. Father.
Yes, what is it?
The guests have gathered in the reception hall.
Good.
If I may, sir, it is a remarkable feat. At your behest, nobles from every corner of the region have gathered under one roof.
Come, my boy. The accomplishment belongs more on your head than it does on mine.
Not so, Father. I merely make a study where you are the consummate master.
Such silken words you weave. You are your father's pride just as much as you are his weakness. Ever wise, ever beautiful. Mirren, my lovely Mirren.
Your own sweet words weave a thread to equal your caresses. Your pride is my weakness, sir. But let the two of us not become entangled just yet. We have guests to see to, after all. Thank you for your patience. But my thanks, most of all, to your august ears. Let us first give credit to where it is due. The banquet's organizers, Duke Stareed, there among you, and of course your host, illustrious Carlisle Frohard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that such excellent people would see fit to endure the whims of an old man is splendidly moving. No doubt, shrewd as you all are, our purpose here today is plain. If I speak true, by all means let me hear your brave voices give assent.
We're here to put a callow upstart king in his well-deserved grace. Blood must be shed for flouting our good names. His populist ideals will be the end of us.
Just so, my friends. The time for his reign to end is upon us. Royal blood or not, Astal is a low-born mongrel. The longer we let him spit at us from on high, the more certain is our doom. He must be crushed, made an example of. the means to do so are well in hand. If the Empire of Runa has aligned itself to us in this sentiment, they too would see an end to the bastard. Allow my son Niren to describe the plan this alliance has wrought. Why do you hesitate?
Before the realm can prosper, I must first ask that all of you present here this afternoon die.
What's the meaning of this?
Boy, this is not the time for antics.
Darkness, destroy.
What in heaven's name have you done? Dear God, no, show me mercy!
Oh, but I've awaited this day longer than you can possibly imagine. Ever since, in fact, I was first presented to. You see, an ambition has burned in my breast from the very beginning. An ambition to which you, dear father, have been little more than a pawn.
But Niren, you were only 5 years old when first presented to me for adoption.
Quite so. And in those days, your elder brother was the patriarch of this house. Until, that is, he and his immediate successors all met with unfortunate accidents, one after the other. Such a pity that was. But soon thereafter, all of House Road was yours, was it not?
You mean you massacred the clan? My whole family, every last one?
Come now, sir. That's hardly true so long as you live.
Please, my son, I beg you, don't!
Hearing you beg is a pleasure that quickly wears itself thin. A fond farewell, Lord Carl.
You can't do this! You can't!
Thank you for your cooperation. It is much appreciated. Thus you see my preferred method for dealing with political dissent. Recall this scene should the urge ever take you to betray me.
Make no mistake, I shall. After witnessing this, the man would have to be a fool to try to challenge you.
What in You managed to escape my shadows, I see. Who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
The fact that I'm here must mean I'm a member of Roland's nobility.
Yes, very droll. Your hair is telling, though. The southern regions aren't known for crowning natives with peach-colored locks.
Nicely done. You're a man who pays attention to detail.
From what country do you crawl?
Do I look like the sort of chump would answer that?
As a matter of fact, you do not.
I'd love to trade quips, but I have a job to do. Of course, I was hoping not to have to use my full power in these digs, but I guess you do what you gotta do.
Darkest nights,
Beastborn of Horizon Spire,
come forth! Just as I suspected, you carry a weapon similar to mine.
Funny. Most folks react to my friends here a little more, enthusiastically. You might be the only person whose first instinct isn't to turn tail and run.
Oh, make no mistake, I am fascinated. Your very existence raises questions, such as why you would trouble with Duke Stairreed. Clearly, he was a vital piece in several games at once, games for high stakes, presumably at least one of which is being played by a fellow countryman of yours whose sights are set on Roland.
Oh, I should have ducked out before you pieced that together. But you see, your little trinket catches my eye.
What I seek is the burning field!
Lightning beasts attack! I'd say we're evenly matched. Not much point in us carrying on like this.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's not quite the case. Seems you've a bit of a dilemma on your hands. All else being equal, it is I who hold the advantage here. You cannot recite a proper invocation within earshot of me for fear of exposing your place of origin. Besides which,
You really like to talk.
every door and window in this hall has been sealed shut. Your only hope of getting out will be to set your lightning beasts to work on an exit. During which interval my shadow beasts will happily rip out your insides. Not a strategic position to be envied, I should say.
Wow, man. Bet everyone loves you, huh?
Should I feel insulted? What will you do? Surrender or risk certain death for the narrow chance of escape?
Think I'll pass on both those options. I'm a guy that likes to make his own way. Alino Du Crystal. With this thing, I win!
Directing my shadow beasts at the door weakens my decoy projection. I misjudged you. To think that I would meet my end here, in this hovel.
Get down!
Clom?
On your feet.
Why on earth are you even here?
Save the talking for later. Let there be darkness.
What's the plan for getting out of here? My shadow beasts will only shield us for so long.
I've got this.
Does this put us on good terms? Forgive me. Not to sound ungrateful, but why are you here?
Look, don't get any ideas. It's not like I wanted to come. I was just acting on orders from Sion.
Acting on orders? But why not then arrive with a full complement of soldiers?
I brought a handful of infantrymen. Sion wouldn't have it otherwise. He said I'd probably meet resistance, so coming alone was out of the question. But well, I kind of ran out ahead of them a bit, see? Only so I could have the pleasure of punching you without anyone around to hold me back. I guess seeing you in trouble distracted me.
You didn't come here by choice, and yet you rushed out several leagues ahead of your own entourage. A bit unusual, don't you think?
I told you I wanted to get here first so I could punch you in the damn face.
Yet here I stand, rescued with nary a welt or scratch. Why not raise a fist to me now? I'd certainly do so in your shoes.
Hey, it's not too late for it.
You have my gratitude nonetheless. I would have been dead in moments left to my own devices. I'm in your debt, sir.
So what in the hell was that blue flame all about? Is it safe to say there's a storm brewing?
I couldn't say. But in any event, it would seem that the winds of war are clamoring to blow obstacles in our path.
Field Marshal Clom and Lieutenant General Froad are en route to the palace gates, Your Majesty.
Excellent news. You may be dismissed.
Sir.
You're wasting your time.
A very intriguing move, all things considered. Lightning beasts, is it? Ghastly as they must appear to a novice, nothing so obvious will work against me. To whomever summons these familiars in hopes of emptying Roland's throne, know this. You are nothing. Return to your master and tell them His Majesty's protector is not impressed. The presence has diminished. It seems they've fled.
Should we not have tried to ensnare them then?
That decision is the province of the king. If you would like, sir, I would be more than happy to try and give chase.
I would not so dignify them.
Spoken like a true king, torn but not in tatters. You may yet weather the coming upheaval nicely. Perhaps with one so decisive at the helm, the kingdom itself can hope to survive.
And if I cannot protect the kingdom as deftly as myself?
I'll divest you of crown and life while someone who can takes your place. Until that day, Your Majesty may do as he pleases.
As I please. Something stirs thunderously overhead. Something big.
A sword family. This whole damn kingdom's a breeding ground for freaks. And I didn't exactly pull that one off like a pro.
Who in heaven's name are you, wretched people? Oh, didn't I mention it? We're goodwill ambassadors.
If it helps at all, think of us as a pair of hands outstretched to Runa in friendship, on behalf of our king, naturally.
The Runa Empire has always been a steadfast ally to Roland. Yes, a very steadfast ally indeed. So much so, you conspired with the nobility to dispose of their current king. But I'm afraid to say that your unofficial contact, Duke Styried, is courtesy of our countrymen no more.
Such a travesty, to have one's man on the inside neutralized.
Now then, let me put the question to you bluntly, Your Highness. Will you or will you not join forces with the Gestark Empire? Well, there's no need to make a rush decision. We have an important job to get on with as it is. We do look forward to your response, though. Oh, sister dear, remind me where we're headed.
Are you serious? Must they always lead you by to scrub through every tiny little detail of our special mission? I mean, when? Are you going to stand on your own feet?
Sorry, I just forgot.
Well, I'm giving you 5 seconds to unforget before I pummel you! 5,
Wait,
4,
hold on.
3.
I believe we were bound for a village, perhaps?
The town of Brigitte! For to find Alpha Stigma Child!
Man, these guys just don't know when to quit.
Hop 2, Reiner, they're gaining on us.
Shallow impaling me's not gonna help.
On the contrary, it's working like a charm. Plus, I like it when you dance for me.
Demon! Aberrations flee from the watchful eyes of heaven in vain.
The eyes of heaven, give me a break.
I implore the gods above to endow thine servant with the demon-piercing ice blade.
I offer up a contract to unleash the magic beast of black and dances through the sky. How's Arwen?
Still sound asleep. Are you serious about taking us back to Brigitte?
Yeah, it's better for everyone if Arwen's little friend comes with us.
You really think so?
As long as the two of them stay there, the townspeople will give them nothing but grief. I want to try and help them find a place where they can live in something like peace.
There's no time to lose. Another round of pursuers is closing the gap between as we speak. Down, child! Lock down!
Damn it, stop! That's right, freaking murderers!
Kosla, Estolia, Stole.
Next.
Here.
迫る闇の香り心と差し置くだいぶ遠い日のりで響く痛みを遂げて目指すよ君と見た透き通るこの未来へ押し寄せる夜の彼方君がそばにいてくれるなら羽ばたく時間の空へ手伸ばすよ儚い夢を君の涙を守る輝きになりたい残酷に染められた爪を解き放って信じてるもう一つの To solve my destiny
Okay, I'm getting really sick and tired of stupid crap just falling out of the sky at us wherever we go. Guess Tark's next? Screw that, I'm not going up north. Like it's my fault the dumb bastards can't stay put? Ugh, it totally sucks.